everyone, so today I'm going to be doing an original tag, and it's the Hamlet book tag. At least I think that's what I'm going to call it. And I'm really excited to finally get to do this tag because I created it about like a week ago, and then I'm like, okay, so I hit 1,000 subscribers, had to do that video, and now I can finally do this one, and I'm so excited for it, guys. I'm so excited. And I hope you guys are excited for it as well. And this is going to be really simple, really straightforward, but I just came up with these questions one day and I thought they would be so awesome to share with you guys. And let's get right on into the video. Alright, so the first question is for Hamlet, and that is, name a book with an unlikable main character. And so for that question, I obviously chose And I Darken by Kiersten White. This book has a totally unlikable main character, but she is so awesome and badass. I'm sure you guys have heard me talk about this a billion times. You guys are probably tired of it, but I love this book. I will never stop screaming about this book because it is so good. And Laertes is the main character. She's totally unlikable. She's kind of like an anti-hero in some sort of sense. And she's just so cool. I just absolutely love her. She's constantly rebelling against what she's told to do, and she's ruthless, and she's strong, and she's such a good fighter, but she has like this really soft, sensitive side as well. And she's just so cool. She's so well-rounded, and I just love her as a character. The next question is Gertrude. Name a book with a living parent or parents. And so for this book, I chose Labyrinth Lost by Zoraida Cordova. And this book does have a living mother, and I just loved this book so much. It was such a good representation of Latinx bisexuality, and I just absolutely loved it. It was so interesting and so good, and I could just relate to it so much. I just love this book. This is another book that I just like never want to stop talking about because it's so good, and it just fit this question so well. And I just absolutely loved this book, and I love the mom in it too. She's so great. And yeah, I just love this book so much. The next question is Claudius. Name a book with an unlikely or surprising villain. And so for this one, I chose The Glittering Court by Rochelle Mead. And I can't really tell you guys who the villain of the story is, or else it's gonna totally give away the ending. But this one like blew my mind when I like found out who the villain was. I was just like, what? Like, oh my gosh, like I don't know why, I just didn't see it coming. Like I saw it coming, but then I'm like, oh wait, this is like, this isn't gonna happen, because usually if I see things coming, I'm like, oh, it's not gonna happen, and it usually doesn't. But I saw it coming, and I'm like, oh my god, like when it happened, I'm the type of person that even if I see something coming in a book, I still get surprised when it happens. So this was totally surprising and unlikely to me. I don't know if that's the same for other people, but I just love the way that this book was kind of done, because you kind of start off thinking it's gonna be one thing, and then it's another thing, and then it's another thing. It's such a crazy ride, and I actually really like this book. So the next question is King Hamlet. Name a book with a ghost, apparition, or any other character from beyond the grave. So for this question, I chose this book, The Crown's Fate by Evelyn Skye, and I can't really talk too much about this one either because it is kind of a spoiler from the first book, but this one definitely does have a character from beyond the grave, sort of an apparition, ghost sort of thing as well, and I love this duology so much. You guys need to read it. This book is probably my favorite out of the duology, but I love the first one as well. It's so magical and so beautiful. It's set in Russia, and there's just a lot of really cool atmospheric writing as well. And I just need you guys to read it, and I hope that by saying that there's like kind of like ghostly activities, sort of like apparitions and beyond the grave and you know, things like that, that it's going to be a little bit more interesting for you guys. I really need some people to read this book because I need to talk about it. And yeah, just read this book. It's so good. The next question is Ophelia. Name a book with a female character that deserved better. So for this one, it's kind of a complicated answer, and I'm choosing Juliet Ferrars from Shatter Me. And the only reason I say that she deserves better is because she's with Adam in this book, and she deserves so much better than Adam. Oh my gosh, I literally could not stand Adam in this book. I reread it, and see, I tabbed it up a little bit when I reread it. This was last year? Yeah, this was last year when I reread it. And I hadn't realized, like the first time I read it, I had kind of been like meh about Adam. I wasn't like hating him or anything, but I wasn't like super into him. But the second time I read this book, I could really see how shitty of a person Adam was, and really like point out the like ways that he manipulates Juliet and kind of like uses her as like, you're gonna fix me, or what, you know, whatever, stuff like that. And it just like, I was just like, no, oh my god, I could not stand Adam in this book. It was just so annoying, and I'm like, you deserve so much better, girl. And I'm glad that she does in the next few books. So definitely Juliet in this book, she does not like deserve what happens to her, and like does not deserve the way that Adam treats her. And yeah, that's my female character that deserves better. The next question is Laertes. Name a book with a strong sibling relationship. And so for this one, I chose Wither by Lauren DeStefano, and this book has a very, very strong sibling relationship between twins, and there is the girl main character, and then there's the boy, her brother. You don't really get to see those like really close sibling relationships, like where the sibling doesn't die or anything, or the sibling doesn't turn on them either. So it's like, it's not like Divergent or whatever, or like the Hunger Games or something, because there really is a strong sibling bond. And I also want to say in Labyrinth Lost by Zoraida Cordova, there's also a very, very strong sibling bond, which I really, really appreciate. And also in To All the Boys I Loved Before by Jenny Han. And those books all have very strong sibling relationships. The next question is Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. Name a book with a strong friendship. And so for this book, I chose The Iron Cast by Destiny Soraya, and I didn't really like this book that much, but I did like the friendships in this book. There were so many strong friendships, especially between the two main characters. There was a very, very strong friendship, and I felt it was really well done, especially compared to other books that I've read. I just really enjoyed the aspect of this book about the friendships in it, and I wish that more books would focus on friendships, because I think that's really awesome. And yeah, I just really enjoyed that aspect of this book. And the last question is Horatio. Name a book where you changed your opinion on either a character in the book or the book itself. And so for this one, I am choosing Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. And I feel like I completely flip-flop on whether I like this book or don't like this book, because I really enjoyed it for like a big majority of it. Like, I thought it was actually pretty good. And then I got to a part that I just could not stand, and then it completely changed my opinion. And even now, I'm still like, did I overreact? Did I not overreact? I'll see people talk about this book and be like, oh, maybe I should give it another chance. And then I remember what happened. I'm like, ooh, I don't know if I should give it another chance. So I just keep going back and forth on whether I want to read this book or whether I don't want to read it. I have no idea how I feel about this book still. I feel like I'm constantly changing my mind about it. So yeah, definitely this one. Also, when I first read it, I tabbed it up. I think that's so funny. So yeah, this is definitely a book that I've changed my mind on a lot. Alright, so that was my entire Hamlet book tag. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys enjoyed the questions that I asked. I found it to be actually really difficult to find some books to fit these questions, because I kind of wrote the questions and didn't really think about what books I was going to choose for it. So yeah, I hope that these are kind of like new and interesting, different questions, and that you guys can answer them even if you haven't read Hamlet or seen Hamlet or anything. So yeah, I'm going to leave some people to tag down below, but if you watch this video, then you are automatically tagged, and go ahead and do it, because I want to see like as many people as possible do this tag, because I just love it so much. And if you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!